Good morning. Welcome to your wonderful Wednesday. Let's start our wonderful day with Peak Set programming, where we're talking about our dreams in our mind, seeing them come through, and thereafter we will start a day's journey. So let's start. Yes. I'm a winner. How wonderful. Once again, change the foot and let's do it. Yes. We are all winners and we love to play the game of life with enthusiasm and love. And so it is. Let's start our morning with Ikigai. Yesterday I had already announced, but today again. So today we're talking about longevity in Ikigai, how to live a longer life with more purpose. And let's read about this. Could I have a volunteer for today, please? A very good morning to everyone. So a little fast, somebody's hands go up. Why are people so doubtful about reading? Mitu, would you want to read for us? If yes, thank you, my dear. Today is about masters of longevity. So a lot of people have lived long. And today they were going to speak to us about what made them live long. So words of wisdom are coming from them, the longest living people in the world. And let's understand what made them live so long. Yes, sir, let's start the journey. Yes.
Using flow to find your ikigai. After reading this chapter, you should have a better idea.
1 second, which page are you on, Mitu?
Oh, sorry. Am I?
Chapter 5.
Chapter 5. Okay. Sorry. When we started working on this book, we didn't want to just research the factors that contribute to a long and happy life. We wanted to hear from the true masters of this art. The interviews we conducted in Okinawa merit their own chapter, but in the section that precedes it, we have provided an overview of the life philosophies of a few international champions of longevity. We are talking about super centenarians, people who live to 110 years of age or more. The term was coined in 1970 by Norris McWhirter, editor of the Guinness Book of World Records. Its use became more widespread in the 1990s after it appeared in William Strauss and Neil Howe's generations. Today, there are an estimated 300 to 450 supercentenarians in the world, although the age of only around 75 of them has been confirmed. They aren't superheroes, but we could see them as such for having spent far more time on this planet than the average life expectancy would predict. Given the rise in life expectancy around the world, the number of supercentenarians might also increase. A healthy and purposeful life could help us join their ranks. Let's take a look at what a few of them have to say.
So let's turn the page, please. Yes. So now we're talking about Misai Okawa. She's 117. And the phrase which is used is eat and sleep, and you live a long life. You have to learn to relax. To slow down is very important. That's what the message is. And rest is as important. So, yes, let's go for it.
Misao Okawa, eat and sleep and you live a long time. You have to learn to relax.
And this person was 117 4 years ago. So now should be 1 to 1 years old if the person's alive.
According to the Gerontology Research Group, until April 2015, the oldest living person in the world was Misao Okawa, who passed away in a care facility in Osaka, Japan, after living for 117 years and 27 days. The daughter of a textile merchant, she was born in 1898 when Spain lost its colonies in Cuba and the Philippines, and the United States annexed Hawaii and launched Pepsi Cola. Until she was 110, this woman, who lived in three different centuries, cared for herself unassisted. When specialists asked about her self care routine, Misao answered simply, eating sushi and sleeping, to which we should add having a tremendous thirst for life. When they inquired about her secret for longevity, she answered with a smile, I ask myself the same thing. Proof that Japan continues to be a factory of long life. In July of the same year, Sakari Momoe passed away at 112 years and 150 days old. At the time, he was the oldest man in the world, though he was younger than 57 women.
Wow. And the next person is Maria Coppola, 116 years of age when the book was written 4 years ago. Published 4 years ago, this edition. I've never eaten meat in my life. So she was always a vegetarian. Yes.
Born in Ecuador in 1889, Maria Coppola was recognized by Guinness as the world's oldest person. She died of pneumonia in 2006 at 116 years and 347 days old, leaving behind three children, 12 grandchildren, and 20 great and great great grandchildren. She gave one of her last interviews at age 107, sharing her memories and her thoughts. I'm happy and I give thanks to God who keeps me going. I never thought I'd live so long. I thought I'd die long ago. My husband, Antonio Capovilla, was the captain of a ship. He passed away at 84. We had two daughters and a son, and now I have many grandchildren and great grandchildren. Things were better back in the old days. People behaved better. We used to dance, but we were more restrained. There was this one song I loved dancing to, Maria by Louis Alarcon. I still remember most of the words. I also remember many prayers and say them every day. I like the waltz and can still dance it. I also still make crafts. I still do some of the things I did when I was in school.
So such an important thing to understand from her. Yes, please continue.
When she had finished recalling her past, she began to dance, one of her great passions, with an energy that made her seem decades younger. When asked about her secret for longevity, she responded simply, I don't know what the secret to long life is. The only thing I do is I've never eaten meat in my life. I attribute it to that.
So very important. She found a passion in her, which was dancing. And one more thing in lifestyle, what she added was not to eat meat. So these probably kept her going, is what her belief is. So now we talk about Jean Calment, and Jean Calment has lived longer. So let's talk about her. She in yes, so 122 years, and she says everything's fine. You have to hear this to believe how positive a person can be. Yes, please.
Born in Arles, France in February 1875, Jean Calment lived until August 4, 1997, making her at 122 the oldest person of verified age in history. She jokingly said that she competed with Methuselah, and there is no question that she broke numerous records as she went on celebrating birthdays. She died of natural causes at the end of a happy life during which she denied herself almost nothing. She rode a bicycle until she turned 100. She lived on her own until 110 when she agreed to move into a nursing home after accidentally starting a small fire in her apartment. She stopped smoking at 120 when her cataract started making it hard for her to bring a cigarette to her lips. One of her secrets may have been her sense of humor. As she said on her 120th birthday, I see badly, I hear badly, and feel bad, but everything's fine.
So imagine somebody can't see, somebody can't hear, somebody can't, yet she's saying everything's fine. This lady smoked till the last minute, which people say not to smoke, yeah, but I'm not saying we advocate smoking. She cycled and she lived on her own free will. She was the master creator of her own life. And she was so humorous that kept her going. That's why I say humor is extremely important in everyday life. And that's something all of us should invest in back in the joke books so that we have something to laugh about. Walter Bruning, 114. And the concept for this person is if you keep your mind and body busy, you'll be around a long, long time. Yes.
Born in Minnesota in 1896, Walter Bruning was able to see 3 centuries in his lifetime. He died in Montana in 2011 from natural causes. He'd had 2 wives and a 50-year career on the railroad. At 83, he retired to an assisted living center in Montana, where he remained until his death. He is the second oldest man of verified age ever born in the United States. He gave many interviews in his final years, insisting that his longevity stemmed from, among other things, his habit of eating only 2 meals per day and working for as many years as he could. Your mind and your body, you keep both busy, he said on his 112th birthday. You'll be here a long time. Back then, he was still exercising every day. Among Bruning's other secrets, he had a habit of helping others, and he wasn't afraid of dying. As he declared in a 2010 interview with the Associated Press, we are all going to die. Some people are scared of dying. Never be afraid to die because you're born to die.
That's very important. Half the people are all the time saying, what if I die? Kaise manage hoga? Ye nahi hua, wo nahi hua. So, very proudly, I'm so set in my life, though I have like a zillion, gazillion dreams, a billion dreams is my favorite song. Yet, if I were to die today, it's absolutely okay. Everything is done, dusted. It's not like something is dependent upon me. And let's know one thing. Nothing is dependent upon us. Life moves on in a jiffy. Nothing waits for anybody. But if you're keeping your mind and your body busy, you're really doing yourself a favor. Khali dimag shaitan ka dimag hota is what we've heard. So if you're keeping yourself busy in something or the other 24/7, you are happily occupied and you will not have time to talk about stress or anything negative because you'll be happy, happy, busy. You're like busy. So by the end of the day, you're like, oh, I've had a productive, busy day. And there's no need to be scared of dying because ultimately it's a journey. So, yes, let's turn the page.
Before passing away in 2011, he is said to have told a pastor that he'd made a deal with God. If he wasn't going to get better, it was time to go.
Nothing like dying a very healthy life. And that's all in our hands. If we want to think about the negative, we will unnecessarily manifest some dis-ease. But if we have a progressive and a very beautiful mind, which is all positive, no disease can ever come and plague us. So let's understand that let's think well and be well. Now let's talk about the story of Alexander Image. He was 111. He says, I just haven't died yet.
Born in Poland in 1903, Alexander Image was a chemist and parapsychologist residing in the United States who, after the death of his predecessor in 2014, became the oldest man of authenticated age in the world. Image himself died shortly thereafter, in June of that year, leaving behind a long life rich with experiences. Image attributed his longevity to, among other things, never drinking alcohol. It's not as though I'd won the Nobel Prize, he said upon being declared the world's oldest man. I never thought I'd get to be so old. When asked about his secret to living so long, his answer was, I don't know. I just haven't died yet.
So his secret, what he thinks could be not having alcohol. That's what he could attribute it to. So nothing more relevant than that. That's what it. So Ikigai Artist is all about tomorrow. We'll read about this tomorrow, this section. Today we just understood that every person who's lived long has had some purpose in life and a very positive attitude. So thank you so much for reading, Neetu. We'll move on to the power of now and we'll continue our journey there. So in Power of Now, we've covered a lot of stuff, very small, gradual step towards deeper inner learning. Some of us found it too much, but again, I say, tell your mind that I'm absorbing everything beautifully, and then somehow the doors and windows of your mind will open up. Be ready to embrace what's coming our way. So we have spoken about enlightenment, how we can rise above our thoughts, and what is enlightenment. It's just being very conscious. So consciousness becomes high. And what is consciousness? The very fact of that I am aware that I'm neither the mind nor the body. And I'm here for a purpose. Today we're reading a section which is called emotion, the body's reaction to your mind. So this is very important for all of us to understand. So let's go for it, Neetu. Thanks. The first question that Eckhart was asked was, what about emotions? I get caught up in my emotions more than I do in my mind. So I believe that we are all spiritual beings who are full of emotions, so we are emotional beings as well. So let's read about this.
Mind, in the way I use the word, is not just thought. It includes your emotions as well as all unconscious mental, emotional, reactive patterns. Emotion arises at the place where mind and body meet. It is the body's reaction to your mind, or you might say a reflection of your mind in the body. For example, an attack thought or a hostile thought will create a buildup of energy in the body that we call anger. The body is getting ready to fight. The thought that you are being threatened physically or psychologically causes the body to contract. And this is the physical side of what we call fear. Research has shown that strong emotions even cause changes in the biochemistry of the body. These biochemical changes represent the physical or material aspect of the emotion. Of course, you are not usually conscious of all your thought patterns, and it is often only through watching your emotions that you can bring them into awareness. The more you are identified with your thinking, your likes and dislikes, judgments and interpretations, which is to say, the less present you are as the watching consciousness, the stronger the emotional energy charge will be, whether you are aware of it or not. If you cannot feel your emotions, if you are cut off from them, you will eventually experience them on a purely physical level as a physical problem or symptom. A great deal has been written about this in recent years, so we don't need to go into it here. A strong unconscious emotional pattern may even manifest as an external event that appears to just happen to you. For example, I have observed that people who carry a lot of anger inside without being aware of it and without expressing it are more likely to be attacked verbally or even physically by other angry people and offer for no apparent reason. They have a strong emanation of anger that certain people pick up subliminally, and that triggers their own latent anger. If you have difficulty feeling your emotions, start by focusing attention on the inner energy field of your body. Feel the body from within. This will also put you in touch with your emotions. We will explore this in more detail later.
So very simply, if we are emotionally very low, anybody can, use us in some way because we're allowing them to have the power over us. Firstly, get one thing very clear. Do not shift your power to anybody. If somebody said something to you which has irked you, do not take it well. Just let it be. Just say, this has come, but I deflected back because I'm not accepting it because it's not true. If you know it's not true, then why do you have to accept and feel bad and burnt about it? Secondly, the minute you have this, rather than just burning with fury and whatever emotions you're going through, simply deeply align, take a three deep breaths by closing your eyes and just say some affirmations. That's one good way to deflect all of this negativity. Secondly, just understand we have to cut ourselves off these emotions on a physical plane or a mental plane or emotional plane. Because unless we cut them off consciously, they will not be working on this. So you have to understand that if you have difficulty feeling your emotions, you must focus on your energy. We all have energy field around us, the aura around us. If you get disturbed about this, your aura will darken and then you will not be able to generate good vibrations. So why go there at all? So don't become so emotional that people can attack you. There are two types of emotions. One is you see somebody and you feel emotional, and that's beautiful because you're having the positive side of it. But and there's another part of emotions that if you have negative emotions, and you're not able to express them in poems or words or some thoughts, they will sit inside you and they will keep burning and then they will manifest into negative energy. So please be careful. Start becoming a little vocal or even writing. That's also a beautiful way. So morning pages can take out the negative emotions also. You don't want to speak to anybody, don't do that. Write it out, pour your heart out, scribble it out on the morning pages. You don't have to be, it doesn't have to be legible. You don't want to read them again and feel bad. Just scribble, scribble, scribble. As I said before, I use one page and rewrite on that. Then again, I rewrite on that. So by the end of three pages written on one page, you can't make out head and tail. So that depends upon you. So just reflect upon this beautiful thing in the sound of silence. So please close your eyes. So, yes, thank you so much, everyone. Meet you can please continue.
You say that an emotion is the mind's reflection in the body, but sometimes there is a conflict between the two. The mind says no, while the emotion says yes, or the other way around.
Ritesh, sir, please change the page.
If you really want to know your mind, the body will always give you a truthful reflection. So look at the emotion, or rather, feel it in your body. If there is an apparent conflict between them, the thought will be the lie. The emotion will be the truth. Not the ultimate truth of who you are, but the relative truth of your state of mind at that time. Conflict between surface thoughts and unconscious mental process is certainly common. You may not yet be able to bring your unconscious mind activity into awareness as thoughts, but it will always be reflected in the body as an emotion, and of this you can become aware. To watch an emotion in this way is basically the same as listening to or watching a thought, which I described earlier. The only difference is that while a thought is in your head, an emotion has a strong physical component and so is primarily felt in the body. You can then allow the emotion to be there without being controlled by it. You no longer are the emotion. You are the watcher, the observing presence. If you practice this, all that is unconscious in you will be brought into the light of consciousness. So, observing our emotions is as important as observing our thoughts. Yes, make it a habit to ask yourself, what's going on inside me at this moment? That question will point you in the right direction. But don't analyze, just watch. Focus your attention within. Feel the energy of the emotion. If there is no emotion present, take your attention more deeply into the inner energy field of your body. It is the doorway into being.
So, who's understood this? Can someone tell me? What does this all mean? First thing, the first paragraph on this page, we are a true reflection of our emotions. And when there's a conflict between our heart and our mind, you don't know which one to follow. Mind is saying something, heart is saying something. You must always listen to your heart, always, because the heart will give you the right answer. And there are times, in fact, there's all the time, you should watch your emotions. So if you're watching your emotions or listening to them and being an observer, nothing like it. Rather than taking, um, not intuition. No, intuition is all about the gut feeling. This is not to do with intuition at all. This is about your physical body having a conscious mind and having a heart. When there's a battle between the mind and the heart, then you're just listening to your heart and not your mind. And you're observing your emotions, basically, which is giving you a lot of power. If you just detach yourself from your mind and body and say you want to step out for a minute and see, okay, what is she going through? You have to peep inside to know what are you going through. And that's a time when you have to center, balance, align yourself and say, okay, this is an emotion, this too shall pass. So when you observe the emotion you're going through, don't expand it, just observe it, and that too shall pass. That's the reason why you must have heard in Hindi people say कि गुस्सा गुस्से को पियो मत 10 सेकंड के लिए काउंट 10 तक गिनती करो अपना ठंडा हो जाता है. Why? Immediately in the heat of the moment, if you react, you will say something wild. But if you just take 10 seconds, you will calm down, which is also akin to analyzing yourself, akin to observing your emotion. Again, we take a minute silence and we see where are we heading in our life towards. Did we really understand this bit and can we intertwine this into our learnings? So the best thing about this is we can tell ourselves, I'm a listener, I'm an observer. I listen to my mind, I listen to my body, I listen to my soul because I know I'm under divine guidance. Once we start listening to people, we become a better person. But once you start listening to our mind and our body and our soul, we become the best because we are absolutely in alignment with Mother Nature and our own creation. So think about how deep this chapter is. Think about it, intertwine it, and start listening, 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 and listening, and observing, observing, and observing. And they are the master blasters of this beautiful chapter. So, yes, let's continue further, Mitu.
An emotion usually represents an amplified and energized thought pattern. And because of its often overpowering energetic charge, it is not easy initially to stay present enough to be able to watch it. It wants to take you over, and it usually succeeds. Unless there is enough presence in you, if you are pulled into unconscious identification with the emotion through lack of presence, which is normal, the emotion temporarily becomes you. Often a vicious circle builds up between your thinking and the emotion. They feed each other. The thought pattern creates a magnified reflection of itself in the form of an emotion, and the vibrational frequency of the emotion keeps feeding the original thought pattern. By dwelling mentally on the situation, event, or person that is the perceived cause of the emotion, the thought feeds energy to the emotion, which in turn energizes the thought pattern, and so on. Basically, all emotions are modifications of one primordial, undifferentiated emotion that has its origin in the loss of awareness of who you are beyond name and form. Because of its undifferentiated nature, it is hard to find a name that precisely describes this emotion. Fear comes close, but apart from a continuous sense of threat, it also includes a deep sense of abandonment and incompleteness. It may be best to use a term that is as undifferentiated as that basic emotion and simply call it pain. One of the main tasks of mind is to fight or remove that emotional pain, which is one of the reasons for its incessant activity. But all it can ever achieve is to cover it up temporarily. In fact, the harder the mind struggles to get rid of the pain, the greater the pain. The mind can never find the solution, nor can it afford to allow you to find the solution, because it is itself an intrinsic part of the problem. Imagine a chief of police trying to find an arsonist when the arsonist is the chief of police. You will not be free from that pain until you cease to derive your sense of self from identification with the mind, which is to say, from ego. The mind is then toppled from its place of power and being reveals itself as your true nature. Yes, I know what you're going to ask. I was going to ask, what about positive emotions such as love and joy?
Let's just address this right now, Mitu. So, when you're having emotions, what's happening? Usually, the emotions are taking over. You can't be sensible because you're so emotional that you're just letting the emotions overrule you. And that is time when you have to actually overpower them. Don't let emotions take you over. You should control the emotions. You should have your energetic charge. You should remember that you're all energy. And if emotions have come, we can definitely address them by centering, balancing, aligning ourselves. Yes, you will have sometimes a lot of pain, It's okay to for the pain to come, feel it, but don't expand it. You know that the pain has come, the pain will go. So just don't allow it to stay in your body. When you expand it, the pain says, okay, I'm welcomed here. But if you don't allow it to, you're just observing it, it'll say, oh, I'm not welcomed here, I better move out. Nothing in life ever stays if it's not welcomed. Nothing ever stays. So get that very clear. When some negative emotion is coming or some pain is coming, you can't, you can't keep it in your body. And don't try very hard. Don't struggle too much. When you're passive and when it's easy, that's when all the negativity goes. So remember one thing about that, that don't let the pain or any disease or any kind of a amplified negative emotion dwell in your body. But yeah, similarly, if you have positive emotions, please allow them, please welcome them. So that's good to stay with them, but not, again, they shouldn't get onto you. So say you're feeling powerful right now, or you're feeling very happy right now. Good to be that, but don't let it make that come on your head. Otherwise, you'll stop being humble and kind and being simple. Now, the next question was, what about positive emotions such as love and joy, which I'm talking about? So let's understand the science.
They are inseparable from your natural state of inner connectedness with being. Glimpses of love and joy or brief moments of deep peace are possible whenever a gap occurs in the stream of thought. For most people, so change the page, please. For most people, such gaps happen rarely and only accidentally in moments when the mind is rendered speechless. Sometimes triggered by great beauty, extreme physical exertion, or even great danger. Suddenly, there is inner stillness, and within that stillness, there is a subtle but intense joy. There is love, there is peace. Usually, such moments are short lived as the mind quickly resumes its noise making activity that we call thinking. Love, joy, and peace cannot flourish until you have freed yourself from mind dominance. But they are not what I would call emotions. They lie beyond the emotions on a much deeper level. So you need to become fully conscious of your emotions and be able to feel them before you can feel that which lies beyond them. Emotion literally means disturbance. The word comes from the Latin immovere, meaning to disturb. Love, joy, and peace are deep states of being, or rather, three aspects of the state of inner connectedness with being. As such, they have no opposite. This is because they arise from beyond the mind. Emotions, on the other hand, being part of the dualistic mind, are subject to the law of opposites. This simply means that you cannot have good without bad. So, in the unenlightened mind identified condition, what is sometimes wrongly called joy is the usually short lived pleasure side of the continuously altering pain pleasure cycle. Pleasure is always derived from something outside you, whereas joy arises from within. The very thing that gives you pleasure today will give you pain tomorrow, or it will leave you, so its absence will give you pain. And what is often referred to as love may be pleasurable and exciting for a while, but it is an addictive clinging, an extremely needy condition that can turn into its opposite at the flick of a switch. Many love relationships, after the initial euphoria has passed, actually oscillate between love and hate, attraction and attack. Real love doesn't make you suffer. How could it? It doesn't suddenly turn into hate, nor does real joy turn into pain. As I said, even before you are enlightened, Before you have freed yourself from your mind, you may get glimpses of true joy, true love, or a deep inner peace, still but vibrantly alive. These are aspects of your true nature, which is usually obscured by the mind. Even within a normal addictive relationship, there can be moments when the presence of something more genuine, something incorruptible, can be felt. But they will only be glimpses, soon to be covered up again through mind interference. It may then seem that you have had something very precious and lost it, or your mind may convince you that it was all an illusion anyway. The truth is that it wasn't an illusion and you cannot lose it. It is part of your natural state, which can be obscured but can never be destroyed by the mind. Even when the sky is heavily overcast, the sun hasn't disappeared. It's still there on the other side of the clouds.
Let's understand our body, when we are born, is presented with two emotions that are very, very strong: love and light. We are born with them. So if you're feeling extreme love also now, how are you heightening your emotions? Love is there for you to understand. Like you're born with love, great. So you will have love for your parents, you will have love for your child, you will have love for a spouse, you will have all of that. But extreme love, extreme attachment is also fatal. You have to learn to draw a line. I don't know how many of you know, but there are mothers who get this insecurity. Oh, my son is getting married now. Now he'll fall in love with another woman. Oh, where am I going? Now, that is extreme love. You have to learn to let go. So, if you have love, great. But if you have obsession, now that is no longer love. You are so obsessed with the fact that, oh, he's my son, or he's my child, or this is my husband. Why can't people, even if for wives, they don't let their husbands go on a solo holiday or with boys' holiday? They're like, oh, what will they do there? They'll be all spoiled and doing this. That means there's not love, there's no understanding, there's no faith, there's no trust. So please understand, to be in the right side of emotions, you have to be very secure in your life. If you're secure with your love, no matter whatever you do, everything will be beautiful because you trust the process of life. So whether it's your son, whether it's your husband, please let them fly. Or similarly for men, so they don't allow their wives because if the wife is very beautiful, no, you can't do this, you can't do that. They're insecure. You allow the people to have their wings and fly high. Be the one to propel the air between their wings. Don't just cut them down. So it's very important. Possessiveness is again obsession window. It's a negative emotion. So let's understand love, joy, peace, bliss. They are the states that you and I have been presented on our being. Why are we called beings? Because we are being here right now in the moment. When we were born, we were given these as सौगात में लेकर आए थे हम. So if you're feeling them, it's nothing out of it. You were meant to feel these. But if you have now built them up so much that they become obsession, so please watch out. Again, observe yourself. Now, if you really have the real love, na, jo bolte hain, you will never suffer. So everything is okay. Like my daughter is 18 and a half. She wants to go somewhere. It's okay. Go wherever. You have the driver, bhaiya. You can just go wherever. We trust her, right? It's not like we're asking her 10 million questions. If you allow them trust at this age, they will also trust back and they will never lie. Similarly for men and women, when you just don't allow them to do something to your partner, they may lie. So best rather than that, become friends. Remember, humans are born with beautiful emotions, and those emotions should be worked on, and they should not be taken up to a next level. So learn, and then how do you find security? Start saying affirmations. I'm very safe and secure in my relationships. I trust the process of life. I trust people around me. So if you have these trust issues, you're insecure, start saying it. So it's very important to start saying this because ultimately then you're going to be conditioning your subconscious mind. The Buddha says that pain or suffering arises through desire or craving. And that to be free of pain, we need to cut the bonds of desire. So we are very bonded, right? The desire, oh, he should be all mine, oh, she should be all mine, oh, nobody should do this, oh, nobody. These are desires. What you should actually have is true love. Love for your child, love for your parent, love for your partner, love for your work. When you have love, you will not be suffering. You will not have pain because, it's just pure love. And that way, everything will expand also. But the minute you have something over too much, you're suffering. And that is the root cause of you going down. Let's understand this a bit more. What are cravings? Let's understand.
All cravings are the mind seeking salvation or fulfillment in external things and in the future as a substitute for the joy of being. As long as I'm my mind, I am those cravings, those needs, wants, attachments, and aversions. And apart from them, there is no I, except as a mere possibility, an unfulfilled potential, a seed that has not yet sprouted. In that state, even my desire to become free or enlightened is just another craving for fulfillment or completion in the future. So don't seek to become free of desire or achieve enlightenment. Become present. Be there as the observer of the mind. Instead of quoting the Buddha, be the Buddha. Be the awakened one, which is what the word Buddha means.
What does this mean? What does this mean to any one of you? Please tell me. Shelley, you want to interpret, or anybody else, even Asmeet, anybody? Yes, absolutely. Love should be unconditional. Too much possessiveness, insecurity, absolutely, Asmeet. Love and joy is a true nature. 100% Radhika. What does this mean? Be the Buddha, be the awakened one. People say, "Oh, I'm on the path to enlightenment," or I've achieved enlightenment. What does it mean? Any emotion comes from awareness and belief. Yes, that's absolutely true. Be in the present. Absolutely. Don't get attached. Yes. Don't get over attached. Yes. Now don't try hard to become anything. Very nice. Be aware and just go with the flow. Very nice. Be your observer. 100%. Be aware. 100% calm, compassion. Very good. So thank you, everyone. Yes, be the observer. Some emotion is coming and it's going to go. So you have desires. Yes, fine. That's absolutely fine. But you have to become free of the attachment to that. आ रहा है बहुत अच्छा है नहीं आ रहा बहुत अच्छा है everything is okay. Everything is okay. I am an observer, and the minute I am an observer, I can then I'm detached from everything. Yeah, everything happening as its own. You're not the doer. Absolutely, the process of life is there. So who am I? Who am I without my stories? Who am I without my could be, should be, would be? So why think so much? Just flow in it. So that is the most important. And that's when you say, I am Buddha, I'm the awakened one, because I'm conscious, I'm aware of my thoughts, I'm aware of my feelings and emotions. I'm no longer like in the mad rush of being attached. And this is who I am. Yes, please continue, Mitu.
Humans have been in the grip of pain for eons, ever since they fell from the state of grace, entered the realm of time and mind, and lost awareness of being. At that point, they started to perceive themselves as meaningless fragments in an alien universe, unconnected to the source and to each other. Pain is inevitable as long as you are identified with your mind, which is to say, as long as you are unconscious, spiritually speaking. I'm
So please turn. Mitu, please continue.
I'm talking here primarily of emotional pain, which is also the main cause of physical pain and physical disease. Resentment, hatred, self pity, guilt, anger, depression, jealousy, and so on. Even the slightest irritation are all forms of pain, and every pleasure or emotional high contains within itself the seed of pain, its inseparable opposite, which will manifest in time. Anybody who has ever taken drugs to get high will know that the high eventually turns into a low, that the pleasure turns into some form of pain. Many people also know from their own experience how easily and quickly an intimate relationship can turn from a source of pleasure to a source of pain. Seen from a higher perspective, both the negative and the positive polarities are faces of the same coin, are both part of the underlying pain that is inseparable from the mind identified egoic state of consciousness. There are two levels to your pain: the pain that you create now, and the pain from the past that still lives on in your mind and body. Ceasing to create pain in the present and dissolving past pain, this is what I want to talk about now.
So, about pain, Eckhart Tolle will take us in detail in the next chapter about how you and I can release ourselves of pain. But just understand one thing, that in our life, attachment to something, over attachment to something will give us pain eventually. So, the first thing of today's lesson to understand is that I am aware and I'm here on on the mother earth on a plane, and I am just going to be neutral, not too obsessed with anything in life. If I'm natural, then it becomes very, very easy. Yes, excess of anything is bad. The love when becomes desire and attachment becomes pain. How wonderfully put, Nehal. So yes, it's very important to understand that we are now creating something in our life, and be positive, accept it all, accept as it is. Very nice, excellent. So thank you, Meetu, for reading, and thank you, Tejsa, for showcasing. Time to move on to Luke Cottino's lifestyle formula, and let's see today what he brings up for all of us. So it's a beautiful chapter about consciousness, about being aware, about enlightenment, about being aware, being the Buddha, not being too attached, because attachment is definitely the cause of suffering. Yes, we have come in this world with our relations, with everything, but do we have to get over attached? Why can't we be neutral? Why can't we, oh, I can't do without talking to my so and so every day? Oh, I have to. Why this should, as I said in a couple of minutes back, why this should, could, would, why? Why have we boxed ourselves into the particular being? Let's get out of it, because that's when life is magical. Today's chapter about Luke is beautiful. It's about drinking smartly. How do we drink? Especially, what importance is it for water? So let's start the chapter 8, Meetu.
Besides stress, one of the biggest obstacles to losing belly fat is the sneaky culprit alcohol. A night out, loads of fun over a few drinks, shots, champagne, and cocktails can cause fat to accumulate around the abdominal region. Even though you may eat right and work out, that fat will remain. Alcohol in moderation is okay. Consuming it spread across the week is a better idea than binge drinking over the weekend. Here are some of my tips to limit the damage when it comes to alcohol and fat gain. Drink a lot of water between every drink. Drink one whole glass of water. If you can add some lemon to this, even better. Water helps your liver and kidneys work better, and lemon balances the pH of an already acidic liver. It helps detox your liver and flush out toxins quicker. Mixers. Avoid aerated drinks like the plague. Not only do they contribute to fat, they also reduce your immune function to almost 50%, making you vulnerable to disease infection. As if that was not enough, consumption of these drinks also plays havoc with your sugar levels and cravings. Eat bananas. One of the main reasons people accumulate abdominal fat is because alcohol depletes choline, a fat blasting B vitamin that acts directly on the genes that cause fat storage in the abdomen. Bananas are rich in choline and help the body replace it. If we incorporate lifestyle changes that can help us unwind a little every day, we may be able to work harder and enjoy what we do and not feel the need to binge drink. Overdoing it with alcohol increases the level of toxicity in your body so much that it takes days for your cells and body to recover. It wreaks havoc on your triglyceride levels, cholesterol, blood sugar levels, blood pressure, circulation, liver and kidney health, mental and sexual health, immunity, and a lot more. I advise my clients to enjoy a drink every day rather than letting the urge build up. Remember, the lowest calorie drink is a glass of Prosecco, followed by champagne, red wine, and other varieties of white wine.
So please get this very clear. People who binge drink in the weekends are the worst. People who have a drink every once in a while is also not so great. But people who are drinking one limited 30 ml shot or something, I mean, a drink every day, are still better because the body is taking that in every single day. Anyways, alcohol is not so great for the body, but if you have to have, then please be careful. And if you're partying, which a lot of people do, and you're having your shots or drinks, then what Luke advises is that one glass of lime water between drinks to cut the toxicity and the acidity, because acidity makes your body go really, really bad. Acidity is the worst for anybody because it's going to be eating up your good enzymes. It's really, really bad. So it's very important for all of us to understand that we are here for a reason. Bananas are extremely beneficial for everyone. The first thing, if you eat a banana, like that's what Luke says, go raw until lunch, right? So if you start that with a banana, nothing like it. You're giving yourself a gift of everything. It's such a beautiful idea to have bananas. Why do they say go bananas? There's a phrase in English says go bananas. You just go completely crazy and wonky. So it's very important to understand that bananas are very, very important for our health, and if we can introduce them in the first thing in the morning, nothing like it. So at my party, which party of mine? I'm not having any party. So being non-alcoholic is the best, 100% Asmeet. If we can be a water totaler, which I am, I don't have tea, coffee, juices, alcohol. I say I'm high on water because I'm a water totaler. People say teetotaler, I'm a water totaler. So yeah, it's great to do that. It's giving yourself a gift. So of course, but in India or across the world, alcohol is very important, especially like in Europe, Prosecco's are so famous. And each woman gulps down a bottle of Prosecco. So I worked internationally with the board and I was shocked that they get crates and crates of Prosecco and every woman's like gulping down Prosecco as if it's nothing. Prashant and I hosted like some New Zealanders a couple of years ago. They don't have water. They only have wines. They only have wines. So yeah, that's the culture, but the bodies is used to it. So, but they are again lighter than our whiskeys and our stronger drinks. So choose your drinks well. Be careful about your spike in your blood sugar levels, because you don't want to. And what Luke said is a power statement. He says that you can have them, have lots of fun, but they stay in your body for a long, long, long time, and they interfere with your digestion. So alcohol in moderation is okay. So if you're having like a drink a day, it's still better than having a lot. It's like 2 or 3 drinks a weekend. So one of my friends, he began reducing his drinks. So he would take 30 ml, and because society, so everyone will say, "Oh, where's your drink? Where's your drink?" In the same drink, he'll keep adding water, keep adding water. By the end of it, it'll become water in a way, and that's how he survived the entire evening. So how wonderful! So more power to people who can do that. So thank you so much, Ritesh sir, for showcasing these 3 books. It's time to go to our heart thoughts. And thank you, Mitu, for being such a wonderful reader. I love the way you read, and it's just amazing to hear you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And it's surprising that I look into alcohol factory, but yes, it was my brother's dream. I'm taking it forward. I'm not passionate about alcohol, but yes, I'm passionate about the business now. So yeah, all right. So, and I love the fact that all of you are getting so involved with the power of now and you're understanding the facts. So, thank you for being so receptive and being so understanding and actually taking the learning forward. So, how wonderful. Today is about love. One of the bonuses about loving yourself is that you get to feel good. So, that's how, when you're in love, everything is great about it. My love is limitless. And who is reading this beautiful chapter, or am I to read? Somebody fastest fingers first. Thank you, Shubhra. God bless. Okay, Poonam. Shubhra, you read once before. Should I tell Poonam? Thank you, my dear. Yes, Poonam. My love is limitless. Over to you.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
My love is limitless. We have so much love in this world, and we have so much love in our hearts. And sometimes we forget. Sometimes we think there isn't enough, or there is just a small amount. So we hoard what we have, or we are afraid to let it go. We are afraid to let it out. But those of us who are willing to learn realize that the more love we allow to flow out from us, the more there is within us, and the more we receive. It is endless and timeless. Love is really the most powerful healing force that there is. Without love, we could not survive at all. If little tiny babies are not given love and affection, they wither and die. Most of us think we can survive without love, but we cannot. Love for ourselves is the power that heals us. Practice as much as you can. Thank
How
you.
wonderful. So, if you don't have love in life for something, and then there's lack of love, that's when you're having problems. So, if there's something that you're not able to understand, it's just simply because there's lack of love. So let just feel the love as, and if is love ever too much? No, never. Gratitude and love is never too much. So please express love, please feel love, please share love because that's how it is, because it's endless and it's limitless and it's timeless. So love is also an eraser for all the bad memories. Love is an antidote, love is an anti-vaccine, and love is absolutely wonderful. It heals. So it's very important for us to know that love is all there is. So let's just go and love ourselves. Once you love yourselves, you can love life and people around you because then you're whole and complete. But if you have lack of love for yourself, you'll be expecting love from your spouse, from your children, from your parents. Oh, I'm not loved enough. That's what the feeling. Oh, my husband doesn't project love for me, or my wife doesn't love me enough, or my child doesn't appreciate me, or my parents think, we are siblings and I'm not the loved one. Because you have lack of love for yourself, you'll find a lack of love from other side. Remember, you see the world as your reflection. So if there's something that you're seeing in somebody, remember to go inwards and see why am I feeling like this? And that's when it comes clear. So today let's celebrate love. How about putting the pictures of our love moments? I mean, I'm not saying your close ones, but the ones you can share on the Facebook Sangha. We've done this before as well. We've celebrated our love. It could be your honeymoon pictures, it could be a priced holiday where you really were in love. How about sharing that today? Maybe not too many, how many ever you're comfortable with. So those who will want to share, please go ahead and share. Let's celebrate love today. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Poonam, thank you once again. Me too. It was such a pleasure reading with all of you, both of you. And it takes the time for a meditation. So now we can switch off this thing. Any particular thing you want to meditate for? If yes, please let me know. If not, I'll just do something. Ritesh sir, today Nitin is not here apparently. Could you please make Prashant the host? I've already messaged you, Ritesh sir. So until Ritesh sir makes Prashant the host. Yeah, cool. Our back straight, our feet firmly placed on the ground below, our eyes softly closed, and a beautiful smile on our faces. Hands in a comfortable resting position. Love is all we have. So let's inhale love. Let's exhale love. Once again, inhale love. Exhale love. Inhale love. Exhale love. Life is love. Love is life. Life is a giver. Life creates us, and life is all about love. We can create the love we desire, as much of it. We can open ourselves to the world of abundance, a world where love rules, where everything flows from us with love. Today, let's imagine this beautiful heart of ours expanding. Let's imagine being in a wonderful forest, lush green grass, absolutely beautiful trees, sparkling, freshly washed from rain, a wonderful stream flowing, mountains on one side, with little animals playing peekaboo, and there's a beautiful path in this gorgeous forest. If you look down, you'll be able to see some multicolored flowers. Some poinsettias, some pansies, some beautiful roses. All sorts of flowers are there lined up. And as you're walking, it looks like they're looking at you. So pop in a smile and say, I love you. Remember, these beautiful flowers have a soul. The grass has a soul. The trees have a soul. Keep saying, I love you. And now you see this beautiful tree. Go closer. Feel the texture of the wood. Caress it as if it's all about love. Say, I love you. And I want to hug you. Now let's hug this beautiful tree. You're being filled with positive energy. This beautiful tree is a giver of love. Your heart is fuller and fuller because even all those beautiful flowers give you a lot of love. As you're hugging this tree, the trees on the left hand side also are giving you a lot of love because one of their own is being treated with love. You are feeling beautiful. All of a sudden, there's so much of energy. And now you decide you wish to settle down here for a while. So you sit with your back against the tree bark and you open your beautiful book which you have. Your legs are a bit folded. You're seated on your hips. The knees are a little up and your feet are grounded. And now you're mesmerized reading. And the chapter you're reading is also about the love for life, especially the love for Mother Nature, Ma Prakriti. Now, very soon, these beautiful little butterflies are coming. Someone sitting on your head, someone on your arm, someone on your book. Remember, it's all about love. And they can feel your love, and that's attracting them like a magnet. I love you, little butterflies. You're so beautiful. Look at your colors. And this time, I don't want to click you on cameras and just divert myself. I want to capture this moment in my heart. I love you. I really, really, really love you. You've spent about an hour, you've had the most soulful reading. All of a sudden, you're pulled towards walking towards a river body. So you take your white shoes off, park them on the right, and you just put your feet in the river flow. The cold water, how refreshing. It took you a minute to settle in, but it's so refreshing. Your feet are chilled right now, but gradually they become comfortable. They've acclimatized. Water, 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 magical water, water that heals, water that's there in 70% of my body. And you're now putting your hands in the water and splashing like a little kid, splashing water even on yourself. And you're loving this play. After all, it's all about you. Water is also giving you a lot of love. Through your feet, through the roots of your feet, the water is blessing you with energy, with love. So your heart is full of love. After a while, it's time for you to just walk, get your feet out, thank Mother Nature, thank water, thank the trees, thank the beautiful lush green grass, the little animals that you see. A little rabbit is also there. Just go, you wanted to touch the rabbit, but it just flies away. It's always pouncing and jumping. But another rabbit wants to feel your love. So it's happy being caressed. Such a soft fur. How beautiful. And a little doe comes. Doe little eyes looking at you with so much of love. And you caress the deer as well. How beautiful. Mother Nature, the healer. Mother Nature, the giver. Mother Nature, full of love. And you are a part of Mother Nature because you have opened your heart to this beautiful love. Now you're endured in love, 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 and love. And now, as you open your arms in abundance pose, you're looking at the universe above and thanking it. Beautiful blue skies with the sun playing peekaboo. Thank you, universe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for blessing me, for having my back. Thank you, life, for having my back. Thank you, divinity, for showering me with your beautiful blessings. To all the transcendent gurus, masters, teachers in this life or the others, in this dimension or the others, in this realm or the others, I thank you with the Atma Namaste. To all the angels and guardians, thank you for showing us the magic and for always ensuring I'm safe. Let's close our hands in gratitude and bow down once again, marveling at the love of the universe, at the love for Mother Nature, at the love for your mind, body, and soul. I am a listener. I am an observer. I listen to my mind. I listen to my body. And I listen to my soul. And I am in complete harmony. I exactly follow the universal language of love. Whatever I do is perfect because I'm guided. And so it is. A big, big, big thank you to everything in life. No wonder I have such magical relationships because I am pure and complete. I am whole and complete. I am love. I am light. And I share my love and I share my light. I bright now, bright here is all the time that I'm shining. I shine bright because I am soaked in love. Let's expand the angel heart, face heavenwards, palms facing heavenwards. I am open and receptive to love, abundance from all universes. Wherever I go, love follows me. Wherever I go, prosperity follows me. I live an abundant life in all realms. I am a magic maker. I am absolutely wonderful, and so it is. Let's close your hands once again, fold them up, rub them together, feel the beautiful energy of love flowing through the palms, and bless your conscious mind, subconscious mind with pure love. Your face with pure love, with all the five senses. Let me only see good, say good, and hear good. And so it is. Bless your neck with love. All the pains are going. Bless your food pipe. May it only take spiritual food inside, cellular energy inside. Shoulders, arms, hands, nails, fingers, upper back, spinal cord, middle back, lower back, hips, chest, lungs, heart, liver, stomach, intestines, pancreas, gallbladder, kidneys, uterus, sexual organs, excretory organs, thighs, knees, calves, ankles, heels, soles of feet, roots there, toe finger, nails, and come back up. Hands again fold in front of our heart, the heart full of love. Dear magical heart, today is all about love. Love is what I am. Love is what I was. And love is what I'll be. So thank you for this beautiful love. Thank you for making me join this Mother Earth, reincarnate here with lots of love. Thank you, my wonderful body. Thank you to all the organs for working on the optimum best. Thank you to the muscles, tissues, fibers, the trillions of cells, 100,000 kilometers of blood circulation system, the glands, the bones, the skin are wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so beautiful energy, the chi, the ki, or the prana. I thank you for flowing in me in all directions, energizing me, giving me a beautiful vibrational field around me. I invoke you and I want to wish my Sangha, their loved ones, and all beings on Mother Earth with a wish that it's a beautiful planet and Mother Earth is healing. India is becoming Kritagya India. Spirituality is coming in everywhere in a big way, and all of us are moving to a higher dimension. And so it is. Love, light, and blessings to you, Vandana, Siddharth, Pooja, Rigu, Naveen, Gyanji, Ushaji, Sanya, Nisha, Nikita, Nitu, Bhuvan, Kavita, Shubhra, Poonam, Shelly, Sangeeta, Pratima ji, Asmeet, Ankur, Prashant, Ravi, Raviji, Ankita, Akshay, Mudita, Rohini ji, Sakshi, Rajiv, Payal, Parul, Ritu, Manika, Radhika, Badri, Prakash, Jikisha, Harpreet, Nehal, Rima, Mom, Meenakshi, Puneet, Prachi, Hina, Shruti, Shivani, Jitendraji, Sunita, Kripa, Seema, Richa, Alifya, Rajniji, Parul, Alona, Richa Juria, Richa Sachdev, Veena Mehta, Niriksha, Amit Gupta, Akshay, Shalu, Archana, Sapna. Born 121 for life, Ritesh sir, Amrita ma'am, Sanjay sir, and Shweta. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you all. May you see the light, may you see the love, and may you keep blooming in love. And today is a day to celebrate love. So if you have pictures to share with all of you, all of us, go ahead and do it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It took you to Maldives. Okay, lovely. All right. So, yes, thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow at 5. Love, light, and abundance. Take care. Be safe. Thank you, everyone.